Got to unmute it. Hey, everybody, it's a great day to be alive. It's Tommy Lee Francis with the MoCo Today live show, and we have got a heck of a show for you here tonight. We got some great in-studio guests with us. We got some great challenges we're going to be doing, and we also have the door locked. We'll talk about that in a minute. So with us tonight is Jack Price. He is a TSSAA. That's the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association. Clinch River, Oak Ridge kind of lead umpire and referee, and we're going to bring him on the show now. Okay, Jack, you're with us. We're live.
How's it going, man? I'm good. Glad to be here.
Living the dream, man. So we're working this through. We're going to call this beta number 10 or so. That way, if we mess up and we call it beta, then it's okay.
Okay.
And we got a lot of things going on. We've got some cool angle shots we're going to try to work in here tonight to see if this stuff works. So, again, trying out new technology with new guests just to make sure things work right. We are going to be trying the one-chip challenge tonight.
Yes, sir.
In a little while.
Yeah, you were supposed to have me milk, but you've got water, so we'll deal with it.
Well, the real question is, like, how big a boy are you?
Just how big a boy are you? Roy Mercer.
So, look, we locked the door because last week we had a run-in in here and whooped the last guest we had on the show.
I saw that, and tonight, like I was telling you before we got started here, make sure that door's really locked because if somebody comes in tonight, it's going to be for real.
Yeah, somebody going to get their head thumped. Y'all heard that. AJ Kazana and them other group come in here, or even Spank. I don't know where he's at tonight. But anyway, make sure you let us know in the comments some feedback if you can hear us. If you can't, let us know where you're watching from. Also, share the podcast so other folks can enjoy it too. We got a lot of great information about umping and reffing and how to go about doing that, and just talking about youth sports in general and secondary sports in general. And so we got a lot of good information coming from Jack tonight on that. Real quick, want to give a shout-out to the new hat tonight. This is Deer Lodge. This is a true trucker hat, Jack.
That's from what, the 70s? 80s?
Well, it was probably made like last week, but it's like mimics it.
Yes.
Like retro. It says, up in the mountains, charming in the summer, pleasant in the winter. Deer Lodge, Morgan County, Tennessee, on the Cumberland Plateau. So we're wearing that in honor of the parade folks yesterday. They had a good time at the parade. Had somebody, the horse got a little, I don't know, excited or something.
I'm telling you, I've been going to that parade for 8 years now since me and my wife started going, and it's just a tradition we do every year now. Now, I actually love it. I love it. Yesterday was a little crazy for the Deer Lodge parade, but everybody got through it.
It was. Yeah. Nobody got any candy, I don't know, but they did get through the parade. And we've been going the same probably 8-10 years or so, maybe since 2008 for me and my family, and it's always a big crowd. You think, where did all these people come from?
Yeah. I'm telling you, definitely on election years, it's really.
Oh, yeah.
It's
like
really,
almost every booth was something election related.
Yes.
That's the way it goes. That's the time to get it. Same way with the newspaper sometimes, it's election year, so we get a lot of ads during that time. Anyway, well, folks, we got Jack Price here, as we've talked about already, so I want to take just a moment, let him introduce himself, tell us about where he grew up, and all those kind of things in his family.
All right. I grew up in Cofield, moved there when I was in 4th grade, went to school there, when played all sports in high school, got out of school, got into motorcycle racing, all that good stuff, and then when I met my wife, Tiffany Price, in 2015, we moved out to Wartburg, and we moved the girls out here to Wartburg Middle School, and now my oldest daughter's in the high school. My youngest is in middle school, be a sophomore in 8th grade, which just blows my mind now, but
time flies by.
Yeah, it flies by when you're having fun, right?
Yeah.
Is that the saying?
That's the old saying.
That's the old saying. But so I've been in both communities. I know a lot of people in all the communities, Oakdale, Sunbright. So anywhere I go, I know somebody.
Now, did you play football only at Cofield, or did you play at Oliver Springs too?
No. I just went to Cofield. But
okay.
Yeah, I played football. I played basketball and baseball. I only played basketball my senior year and baseball my senior year. I'm mainly, actually, my freshman, sophomore year, I didn't even play sports. I was into motocross racing big time then. I had dreams of big on
now,
it. But
Brooks was into that too, right?
yes,
Yeah,
Clark Brooks and his dad, we actually built a track in Cofield, and we spent a lot of time there building a track, riding on it.
The one that was up in the mountain?
Yes, right behind their house. Yes, we had some good times there and had some bad times there wrecking them bikes back in the days, but try not to do that anymore.
Yeah, on a somber note, that just made me think of Jesse Metters. I know y'all went to school with him, and he passed away riding a dirt bike back then, and he was a good friend of yours and mine, I know, and went to church at Union.
Yes.
That's where he went to church at. That's how I knew Jesse, but anyway.
Yeah, Jesse was a great guy. I mean, that was sad. I remember that, and that was actually one of the first funerals I ever went to. Was Jesse's, so
yeah,
that was tough.
Did you pursue the motocross anymore after school?
Just a little bit, like I was just saying. I did from, I guess I was probably 20. I got back into it and probably lasted 2 or 3 years, and broke my shoulder and collarbone again, and just finally got, like, when I was younger, if I got hurt, no big deal. But once you get a little older and you got to pay bills, it's a little different.
Oh, yeah.
Go out there and get hurt.
Get hurt and out of work.
Yes.
And then you start to starve a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we got some folks already commenting on here. We got Matt Queener saying Jack is the man.
Yeah, Matt's a good buddy of mine. We officiate basketball together. We'll be getting into that here in a little bit. That's another thing. If anybody's got any questions on officiating, how to get in it, ask on the comments, and I can guide you in the right places to do that.
Yeah, if you guys have any interest at all, once we get into all that, Jack's awesome. Is that? Oh, that's the same comment I thought I was knowing. That's my dad. Alexa says that's my dad.
Yeah,
that's you.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah,
right.
I think she's a little excited about this. She's down at the lake this week with her boyfriend. I don't really know how I feel about that, but at the end of the day, her mom's the boss. So, so I just kind of go with it on that. So
Matt says he makes the Ridge proud. Okay, Matt.
Yeah, he's talking about Knox Ridge Basketball Association. We cover all Rome County, all Morgan County, Scott County.
Oh, for the umps and reffing.
Yeah, in basketball. And we got some Knoxville schools, Webb, Central, Halls. So.
Well, okay, Daniel says that sure is a good-looking man right there. Thanks, Daniel.
He's probably talking about you.
It's this beard. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Chester Spradlin says Jack doesn't want to be responsible for those goons' doctor bills. That's when we talk about thumping some heads.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we agree. Because they would definitely be in the hospital. You heard that, AJ, didn't you?
Yeah.
And if Joe Kazana, if you're watching, Sandra Poole's watching from Pigeon Forge on vacation. Brad Jones says, couldn't you have gotten a good official?
Hey, man, it's just part of it. Sorry.
Jeremy Shannon says he wants to be like Jack. How does he do that?
Hey, man, let me tell you a little story on Jeremy. He used to referee or officiate with us basketball. Me and him used to go all the time together for middle school. And one of the supervisors, Larry Owens, asked at a camp about a month ago, do you ever talk to Jeremy? I said, yeah, I talk to him not all the time, but every now and then. He said, get him back with us. I said, we need to, because Jeremy was a really good official when he was in. Really good.
See, Jeremy, all you had to do was comment, and then you get a shameless plug. That's the way that works.
What's bad is I'm actually been thinking about trying to get in that racing business with them, but, man, I don't know.
What are you going to do, drive a car?
Yeah,
change tires?
No, if I get in, I'm driving. I can't. Yeah, I've already asked my dad and some other guys to be my crew chief, and they gave me a pretty good answer of no, so I'm looking for a crew chief out there.
So if you can find, if you're out there watching, and if you're a crew chief or know a good one, and want to be the crew chief. If you know just
anything about cars in general, the only thing I'll probably be able to do is just drive it. So
drive it like you stole it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the Shannon boys can definitely give you some pointers on that. Oh, yeah. Avery says you got a great ref in Justin Sperling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Justin, yeah, he does softball. I'm going to try to get him to the baseball side. See, in the baseball part of it, I assign the officials, the umpires to their games, and I'm over the baseball side. Now, the softball side, that's Sam Davis and Richard. So I'm trying to get all them Spurlings to come to baseball where the real game is.
Where the real action is? Yeah. I don't know. Them softball girls probably argue with that one.
Yeah, that is true. They all say the softball games are so much quicker, which is true. Sometimes high school baseball games drag out a little bit, but if the umpires keep them moving, they go a lot quicker.
Jeremy Shannon says you could have come crew chief for him. He just won 2,000 on Saturday.
I saw that on Facebook, but I want to drive. Like I don't know anything about them yet.
Like Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
But if Kid Smooth is out there, Zach got robbed of 4,000 by a lap car the other day. So they were running Zach Shannon. So they were running up somewhere, I think maybe Mountain View or I-75. Jeremy, let us know where that's at. Anyway, he was running first. Hottest car out on the track, was beating some really big names, and was running first the whole race. And then 8 laps left, he got tangled up with some lap cars, man, that were racing for, last place. Yeah. Who's going to finish the worst of the worst? Yeah. And then they took him out, and that's unfortunate because he had a real hot car that night. Leonard said one day Jack will be as fast as a white hat.
That is true. Yeah, Leonard's a really good buddy of mine, really good official. He one night, I'll tell a little story. One night I'm normally in high school football. On Friday nights, I'm always a line judge. Worked it ever since I started 10 years ago. We'll get into that a little bit. Well, an umpire went down, and Leonard, we used radios.
Like was injured or
yes,
got hit by a ball?
Yeah, he kind of got hit. I can't really remember, but he got hurt, and he couldn't go. So we always have, the guys on the field, and we always have now with the schools today, we always got 2 clock operators. Guy that runs the play clock and the guy that runs the game clock. So we brought a clock operator in my spot, and I went to the umpire. Well, at the end of the third quarter, we're down on like the 20-yard line, and I don't know much about the umpiring part of it, but I know a little bit to get by a quarter of it. So, and we had I think it was like a 21-point game, so it wasn't too big of a deal. So when we're going to switch ends of the field, I take off running, and Leonard's like, Jack, slow down. You ain't herding goats out here. But I told him, I said, man, you got to keep up with us. Sorry. Yeah. But, yeah, Leonard's a really good official.
So was he able to keep up?
Oh, yeah. I slowed down for him.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I slowed down for him.
See, he's looking out for you, Leonard. Yeah. Daniel Sheldon says you never call over the back in basketball. What's up with that?
I never call it because there's no such thing as over the back in basketball, Daniel. You know that.
No such thing as over the back?
No. See, a lot of people, you hear people say that's over the back.
Yeah, when I scream at the ball game, I'm wrong?
Yes, absolutely you're wrong.
Why?
Because it's a push. It's not over the back.
So there's no call that's over the back?
No, sir. It's a push.
When we see an over the back, the official call is a push.
It's a push.
Oh, okay.
It's not – when we go to the table report and we go 23, we don't go over the back. We go 23 push this way.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Man, I'm learning something new every day.
There you go, yeah.
I still don't want to be a referee. I like screaming at them too much.
Yeah, that's part of it, man.
I remember watching, ball games in high school when it was a big rivalry at Wartburg Cofield, which it still is. And I think we screamed over the back quite a bit in other things. But we won't get into all
But Daniel is right. I don't call that a lot.
Why is that?
I just
let them play ball?
Yeah, I try to let them play in that situation.
Well, we'll take a brief break for our sponsors here. How about that?
Yeah,
Jack?
absolutely.
Rusty Wallace Kia in Knoxville is sponsoring a coloring contest in the newspaper for the next 4 weeks. So they have this banner ad up top, and then they have this nice coloring page on the back. See that, Jack?
I do see that.
So if your kids ages 3, let me make sure I get it right, 3 to 18, we've got 3 categories, 3 to 7, 8 to 12, and 13 to 18 years old. You can color this and be entered. Their overall winners $100. There's going to be category winners, 3 $50 gift cards, and then honorable mentions even get a $25 gift card. So it's a great opportunity for your kids to earn a little cash just for their coloring abilities. And you can turn those in here at the office, or you can mail them in. The address is on the bottom of the paper there. So make sure you get out and do that. We try to keep things fun for the kids to keep reading newspapers.
I see that comment my daughter just made, eat the chip. That's going to be at the end of the show. We talked about that.
Oh, yeah. I tried to get your dad to eat this chip. Like, I wanted to do it now because I thought the show would be a little bit more exciting if we're trying to struggle to breathe and to breathe in this heat and this fire. But unfortunately, he's not going to do it right now. He's going to do it at the end of the show. Just to have a little encouragement here. Let's see here. I can put this little logo up for the whole show so you guys will know that the One Chip Challenge is coming. And when that happens, we'll be running from this angle here so y'all can watch both reactions at the same time. So, okay, let's take a break here and talk about some dad jokes. So, your dad, how many kids you got?
I got 2.
Both girls?
Yes, both girls.
Okay, so you're a girl dad. You don't have any boys yet?
Yep.
Yet? You're gonna?
No, yeah.
Is that it?
I hope so, yeah.
Come on, Jack.
Well, here's the thing. This is what me and my wife talk about all the time. We're 36 years old, and Lexus is a sophomore in high school. Kelsey's in 8th grade. So I tell Tiff all the time, like, look, we only got like 5, maybe 6 more years, and
Empty nesters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I mess with them all the time, telling them when they're 18, they're gone.
Well, knowing that you're a dad of 2 girls, I've got 3 girls myself, plus for 4 boys. So we got a house full, but dad jokes are where it's at. I crown myself, the legend, the dad joke world champion. And so when people watch, we usually have them vote who's got the best dad joke. But today we won't let them vote because we're getting really psyched and prepped for this one chip challenge, the hottest chip in all the world. So I only know 25 letters of the alphabet.
Okay.
Because I don't know why.
Because you don't know why.
See, he laughed.
I got that.
That's good.
Yeah,
Let me get some
good.
laughter going on in here.
That is
they can hear
good.
the laughter. We can't hear
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. You got any?
Man.
You can't steal mine.
I know. I was looking at the paper. Can I see that paper? I really don't. I'm not big on joking. Every now and then I am, but most of the time let me try and think of some.
Okay, you keep thinking. I got one more for the road here. How does the moon cut its hair?
I have no idea.
Eclipse it. That deserves another laugh. Round of applause. Okay, so you guys can vote. Let us know how those dad jokes, Jack, not dirty jokes. Keep it
yeah.
He literally asked me.
Yeah, I did.
Is it going to be G, PG, PG-13? I said, cap it at PG-13, no matter what.
No matter what.
He may try to slide something in there. I don't know. But,
so I better not tell any jokes then, because with all the jokes I really know, there's probably not good for the show.
Brad Jones is agreeing with you. It's pushing. Brad, I would definitely have said that it's over the back, but I've learned something from you and Jack tonight that it's pushing. We'll be saying Jack doesn't call pushing. I don't understand why. Okay, so let's talk about baseball a little bit, because that's where I saw you, and we set this up at the baseball field. So you'll be umpiring at the baseball. When you get selected for a game, which I understand you're kind of a supervisor in a leadership role, right?
Yes.
So you do the assigning?
Yes.
All over kind of the Oak Ridge, Clinch River area?
For baseball, it's all Morgan County, Roane County, Scott County, Oneida, and Jellicoe.
Okay.
We cover 12 schools.
So do you get 3 umps for the game, and then they choose who's going to be plate ump, who's going to be first, who's going to be third?
I choose that for them, but it's actually during the regular season, it's normally just 2. During the tournaments, it's when I'll send 3. But what we do in the umpiring, we were really lucky this year. If you talk about umpiring or any kind of officiating right now, all you hear is the shortage of it. Well, this year in our association, I had 23 guys, which is not a lot, but when you're covering 12 schools, it's the year before we had 9. So
that's a little bit of an improvement.
Yes, absolutely.
So what's the perfect number?
For the baseball part, I would be happy with 35 to 40.
Oh, wow. That way people could have a break if they need it.
Yes, can have some breaks. As far as the football, I would say 100 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you have 100?
No. That's when I first started 10 years ago, we had like 85 to 90. Last year, I think we had 60, 65, and 12 to 15 of them were new people. And my basketball guy, this was in football, but my basketball guy was telling me 2 years ago we had 15 new people start the 2019 season. And the next year, out of them 15, 2 came back.
So what's the process there? When someone decides they want to be an umpire or referee, which a referee is the name for the football and basketball.
Yes. And
when they decide they want to do that, do they go through training?
What they'll do is they'll go to TSSAA.org. They'll register, and then TSSAA will run a background check. You've got to pass a background check just to be a high school official now. So they'll run a background check. Once that clears, when you're doing that, you'll click on your local association, because there's associations all over the state.
And that's where in yours is the Clinch River Oak Ridge, right?
Yeah. It's in football, it's Clinch Valley, and then in basketball, it's Knox Ridge, and then in baseball, it's Oak Ridge, Clinch Valley umpires.
Okay.
So, and when people join up, they'll try to talk to somebody that knows something about that way. When they're registering, they'll know what to click on, what to do. And now, like when I first started 10 years ago, once you registered, the state, TSSAA, would send you books, and then you'd have to get back on there and take a test. Well, about 5-6 years ago, they cut that out, which I love because I hate taking tests. Matter of fact, most of the time I had my wife do them. that's she probably knew the rules better than I did the first few years.
Well, this is like the show Allegiant and those other ones. There's a series, Divergent. You know, they have that faction called Candor where they just kind of say things that is true even though they probably shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Your wife can take your test for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's open book test. So, you know, you get your books and it's open book. I just hate tests. I just couldn't do it.
I understand.
This TSSAA, they did that thinking it'd bring more people in. And I think it helped a little bit, but now it's just getting back to the point where there's a lot of associations around the state. It's hurting bad.
Well, are we allowed to talk about pay, like what a referee gets paid?
Yeah. So in football, we'll start with football since that's coming up. A high school football game, officials on the field running and all that. It's $110. The officials on the clock, just to run the clock, is $80. Middle school is $55. It may go up this year. I don't know. High school JV games on like Mondays and Tuesdays, whenever they play them, will be, I think them are like $80. It's been a little bit since I did one, but I think they're like $80 or $85. So, I mean, you're not going to get rich doing this, but it will help you maybe pay for a vacation, or it might help you pay for Christmas or whatever you got going on.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make, a new official could come in and make $300-$400 a week extra.
Oh, wow. That's good
but
money.
It does take a lot of dedication too. Like there's a lot of days, like I'll leave in the morning, 6:30 leave the house at 6:30 and not get home to 10:30, 11 o'clock at night either.
Yeah.
So that's stuff you'll have to take into account if you want to.
Yeah. If you're dividing that per hour, how much you're making is rough.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what Kyle Ryan says. If you decide to be a ref, should TSSAA require new refs to sign a 2 to 3 year agreement saying you'll be required to ref for 3 seasons instead of flaking out after first season? That's a good question.
That's a great question, and
he's the new athletic director for Wartburg, by the way.
Yeah, and then Ryan, that is a really good question. I mean, I actually like that. That would be, if they sign up, but once you register, you got to pay. You pay, I think it's $70, $80 for one sport. 2 sports, it's like $120. So they give you a little bit of a deal. But I mean that's something they can share. The one thing that I've been hearing that they're going to do this year coming up, and all the fans out there probably ain't going to like this, but when you go to a ball game, let's take you for example. You start screaming, "That's over the back," or you're yelling at an official, and they throw you out. Well, that school coming up this year has got to pay $250, and you've got to miss like 2 or 3 games.
Oh,
that's
wow.
something they're looking into to try to help, because you could go talk to 100 officials, and some of them might say it's the fan, or most of them will say it's the fans. Some of them might say, we don't make enough money. My opinion, I think that I've been asked, what can we do to get more officials into the game? And I tell them, money, and then, of course, the fans. But,
Brad said the fan rule did not pass.
Who did? Brad
Jones.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they were talking about back in the end of May. So, but Brad keeps up with it too. So, I was kind of hoping it would, but
listen to that. He's trying to get your money.
No, it wasn't. No, it's just be from the school. So So the fan rule. Well, that's what they were talking about at the end of May. So I don't know what they're going to do.
Kyle wants to know why those new refs don't come back. In your opinion, what's the problem? Is it that?
I think the new young guys, it's just the fans. I mean, you think about this. I've thought about this. You take a 23-year-old, 24-year-old.
Yeah.
He's got a wife, a young baby, or whatever, and he's going out reffing ball games, not being at home with them, and he's getting screamed at. And he might say, you know what, this ain't worth it. I can be at home and not getting yelled at all the time.
Or getting yelled at but not getting paid. I mean, it just depends on your situation.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. But, like, I get it. Fans pay to get in. So if, they got the right to yell, sometimes they cross the line. And And we're always the bad guys because we are the ones that have to.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. We talked about it before the show a little bit. Give us the craziest situation you've had with a fan without mentioning names.
Oh, no names. I had one just like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was doing some traveling summer baseball games. We had a weird play. A kid swings, and I couldn't tell. I was behind the plate. I couldn't tell if it went off the end of the bat, hit his hand, then hit his chest, but he swings. Well, the rule is it's a dead ball strike. I'd go to my partner to make sure he didn't hear it hit the bat in case we have a foul ball. Or was when it hit, whatever it hit to this, I still ain't for sure what it hit, but I went to my partner and said that didn't hit the bat because the ball went straight out in front. So if it hits the bat, it's the same as him hitting it to the outfield, him hitting the infield. So I go to my partner, we're talking, we're doing, now this is 16, 18-year-old kids. So we get it, we talk about it, and I'm like, I turn around and I go, yes, that's a dead ball strike. It's just strike one. There's an assistant coach standing at home plate, and he starts screaming. I ain't going to say what he screamed, but
PG,
yes, because if this would have been recorded, it wouldn't have been PG. So he starts screaming. I go, bud, you're going to get out. He gets this close to my face and just starts cussing me out. Now, I've been doing this for 10 years, so I'm used to stuff like this, and I'm standing there like this guy's like this guy might try to fight me right now. You know, this ain't a high school event. This is summer traveling stuff that there's no security there. So if he swings at me, what am I going to do? And I'm just standing there, and then my partner comes down and and that's what we do. You know, if you're always going to have a partner. And if you got a, crazy fan or mad coach or whatever it is, you want your partner to try to, because most of the time they're mad at both of you, but at that time, he's just mad at me.
Right.
So he starts, he's in my face and he's calling me everything, but, so we get him, we get him out of there, and I'm sitting there thinking, wow, if this was my first time ever, I don't think I'd ever come back.
So he didn't swing at you?
No, he did not swing at me. But, I mean, like you pull up a major league or college ejection, it would remind you of that.
Okay.
It was pretty bad. Now, like I said, that's travel ball stuff, and that's where, you talk about travel baseball, the AAU. You familiar with the AAU stuff?
Okay. A little bit.
Well, when I first started refereeing, I used to do a lot of AAU. Well, now I ain't did AAU in probably 3 years consistently. Every now and then when people call, if I'm really not doing nothing, I'll try to help them out a little bit. But, the AAU stuff, it's bad. I talk to people all the time. They're like, I go to watch my daughter play, and next thing you know, there's one official out there doing it, and then there's a dad or a parent just out there doing it. Like I saw a story, I don't know, it was 2 months ago, about a parent went out there, and that parent even got punched for just going out there trying to help. But it's pretty wild. It can get wild. But I will say this, for the most part, like in football and baseball, I've never really had trouble out of too many fans in them two sports. Basketball's where fans, I guess, because they're a little closer. Football, you're away from them. Baseball, you hear stuff, but we talk about don't have rabbit ears is the biggest thing.
So what's rabbit ears? Oh, just big ears listening and everything?
Yeah. Like I've got big ears.
So do you try to zone it? Yeah, but that's a physical characteristic.
Yeah. But,
so what do you do? How do you zone out?
Well, what I do is I just focus on what I've got to do. And when that guy or that woman's over there standing over there, yeah, he missed that. Can you believe he missed that? Can you believe he missed? You hear it, but you got to zone it out. Where officials get in trouble are the ones that hear it and they don't zone it out, and they take their mind to that instead of focusing on the game, the kids, themselves. So that's one thing that a lot of guys, some guys do a really good job at it. I feel like I do a pretty good job at it, just not listening to it most of the time. But I've been with guys that listen to it and they react on it, and then sometimes it just turns bad for everybody.
Yeah,
when that happens.
I can imagine. The other night we were all at the Wartburg. It was Wartburg Oakdale summer game for the baseball, and Jack was umping behind the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
And some kid hit the ball, and Jack kind of jumps up, and it pings him right in the right ankle, the right foot, the right ankle. No big deal. Shakes it off, keeps umping. And it wasn't like 3 pitches later, another kid hits the ball, hits him in the same ankle.
Same ankle.
And you stayed in the game.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Was it sore the next day?
Oh, yeah. It's still, it's not, I ain't going to be that big of a drama queen about it, but it was sore for about a week. Yeah, that summer stuff where we talked about doing this show at, that's the stuff I just have fun with it to let the kids play. And, like that summer stuff, it's 90 degrees, it's hot. After one game, even the kids are ready. The coaches are ready to go. We're all ready to go. So that second game, I just start calling strikes, just huge strike zone. And the kids, they know I'm going to do it. I tell them I'm going to do it. With the kid that hit me, it's funny. I don't know if I should mention his name on here or not. It's Cooney from Oakdale. What's his dad's name?
Mr. Cooney?
Yeah, we'll just call it, yeah. But what's funny, I started doing the summer stuff, helping them out last year, doing Oakdale and Wartburg and some Arbor Springs. Well, the kids that I've been umpiring since they've been 6th grade or freshmen or whatever, you actually build a little bit of relationships with some of the kids, and he's one of them. So I would always ring him up in them summer games, and I'd ring him up and the ball would be that far off the plate, and he would just look at me. So the other night when he hit me, I just kind of said, well, I probably deserved that one,
Right.
So, yeah. So
and then the next kid hits you, and it's like, oh, just whatever,
it's
following suit.
Yeah, it's just.
What are the odds of that? Same ankle.
I
guess it's 1 in a billion.
Yeah.
So you guys out there that are watching right now, make sure you share. We do have this little friendly competition going on these podcasts. So each week we have increased our viewership. We went from the Sheriff Potter was kind of the big one that we had. He almost hit 5,000. He got like 4,300 views. And then Kyle Rhines was next. He hit it. He got about 4,800 views. And then Spanky came in last week. They came in and whooped him. But he got over 5,000. I think it's 5,300. So Jack is trying to beat that. Now, we talked about this earlier. He's kind of sandwiched between 2 major events.
Yeah.
The wrestling promotion and the debate, the county executives debate, is next Tuesday. So you're kind of right in between them.
Yeah, that was. I maybe should have waited till
first of
August. Yeah, what's the plan? That chip. Yeah.
So this is what
everybody will see
Jack.
Me die on Facebook.
One chip challenge. So make sure you share this, because here soon we're going to be devouring this chip, and I don't know if it's wise. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're going to try it. One, it's a year out of date. It's 2021.
Oh, great.
But, it's going to be a little stale. I don't know how it'll taste, but it'll probably be extremely, extremely hot. So we'll be doing that in a minute. You don't want to miss that, because that will make everybody's life a little bit better, I'm sure. Make sure you comment. Let us know where you're watching from. No. Yeah, you need to bring milk. Kyle wants to know if he should bring milk up here. If you got it, all I got was this water.
Yeah, you told me you was going to have milk here, and I text you at 6 o'clock. I said, hey, you going to have milk? And you go, no, I got some water. And I'm like, okay, I guess that'll work.
Yeah, I kind of dropped
if anybody wants to bring some milk up here, that'd be great.
We're going to keep talking about these reffing, but, maybe he deserves that from some of these calls. When he missed calling over the back, this is what we're doing this for. Okay, Jason Jones says, I was there. It was a horrible call. Jack deserved it. Ask him if he's ever been approached about taking a dive. Thanks. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's a good buddy of mine. I was talking to him about this Sunday, and he goes, I'm going to comment on there and back, have you ever took a dive in a game? And the answer to that is no. And I really believe in my heart that no high school official's ever going to take a dive, because
what does take a dive mean?
That cheating a game.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Like it's that's
like
just
pulling a shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah, he's just. I really wish you wouldn't even read that comment, but it's too late. So
I don't even.
There
know
you go,
this guy.
Jason. Yeah, I know him.
Look, y'all throw that stuff out there, and I might take the bait, but you deserve to eat this one chip too, there, Jason.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you've got to tell Jason I'm gonna bring this chip next time I see you. You know when that will be. So. You better be ready to eat it because you're going to eat it after that one now.
He's going to get you.
Yeah,
We're going to have to bring a camera. We're going to have another wrestling match.
Yeah.
Alexis wants to know if you've ever fell running in a game.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. It's the most embarrassing thing ever, because it's like everybody looks at you.
Do you ever run backwards like in the basketball games and have you fallen running backwards?
I run backwards, but I've never fell running backwards.
Okay.
But I have fell turning to run a few times.
Pretty embarrassing?
Yes. One night in football, I fell, and that was really embarrassing. It was a muddy night. I was down at Kingston one night, and it's been raining all week. Rained a little bit that morning. Field was slick, and I was sliding down the field, and I go to plant, and my leg just kept going. I fall. I get up. There's mud all over. Luckily, we wear black pants in football officiating, thank goodness. Back in the day, them guys used to wear white pants, and I'm just like –
in football?
Oh, yeah, the officials. And, that's another thing I was wanting to talk about, like with the pay stuff of it. Now we make $110 for one football game. Now, we do have to be there at 6 o'clock for a high school football game, which a lot of people know they start at 7:30. But we've got to be there at 6:30. For one, they want to make sure we're there.
6 or 6:30?
6.
Okay.
The game starts at 7:30.
Okay.
So they want to first of all, they want to make sure we're there. And then we, as officials, we get together and we pregame, talk about the game, talk about situations, talk about, anything and everything before the game.
Things that might potentially happen, knowing this particular teams or whatever.
Yes.
The history here.
And it gets your mind ready on to officiate a football game because, that's the one thing that a lot of people I don't think understand is let's say take you, for example, you've had a bad day here at work and nothing's went right.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to go to a ball game to watch your kid play, and you're still mad, still thinking about work, right? And you're sitting there watching your kid play, and your kid's playing good or bad. If they're playing good, it might make you in a better mood. But if they're playing mad, you're just going to you're going to be mad at them. You're going to be mad at what happened at work today, Yeah. Well, as official, we have a bad day at work. When we get to a ball game, we've got to put all that here and focus on what we got to do there. And then after we get done, we can worry about what kind of day we've had or if, whatever's going on in your life. And that's another thing a lot of people don't understand is we're human. We're going to miss stuff, but a lot of people, we're killing ourselves just trying to make it to a ball game sometimes.
Yeah.
And we've had a bad day, and then you got people yelling at you, but that's part of when you sign up, that's something you just got to deal with.
So, and it's a good point you bring up because we're all human, like you said, and you're dealing with work and stresses, and it's a part-time gig. People are working these referee positions, not making a lot of money, but basically paying for their gas and a hamburger.
Yeah.
And doing it for the love of the game, really,
love of
and
the
for
game,
the kids.
yes.
So,
and for the kids. That's the two reasons. That's the two main reasons.
For all you guys out there watching, it's something to consider because I haven't considered it much. I was pretty much a pretty exciting youth when I was in high school, if you'll remember, at the ball games. A lot of fun, and I'm sure that comes into play from high schoolers doing certain things and parents doing certain things. There should obviously be a distinction because there might be a little more leeway with kids because they're kids.
Absolutely.
And an adult should know better.
Yes.
But that being said, is we need to keep that in mind when we go to these sporting events. For me, it becomes almost, I don't want to say a game, but I try to playfully make my comments so that the ref, even if they have the bunny ears and they overhear that, they know that even though I'm kind of booing them or whatever, it's all in jest. But we had a situation at Fentress County in a Little League baseball game. Excuse me, it's middle school baseball. And the referee, blew a call. The ump blew a call like Mr. Magoo, man. It was rough.
It happens, yeah.
And so, we gave him down the road for it. But, again, it was all in fun because, one, it's a game. Yeah. So even if it was a championship game and it was the end of the game and it was a bad call that lost the team a championship, it would be heartbreaking. But, the guy don't do that on purpose. And we make our fun and make our jokes. And my goal is always to kind of make that ref laugh or that ump laugh. And that's what happened finally.
Oh, yeah.
He broke.
Yeah.
And it's almost like wrestling to me because, you get them to break character. It's kind of like kayfabe they talk about. You get them to break character.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, that's a victory because then they know, okay, this is all part of the game. And I hope people take that into consideration when you're down there, because as we know, and as people are watching here, you know the emotions can run high, especially in local high school in Morgan County, because the rivalries here between the schools, because we don't have a consolidated high school. So everybody, that's kind of their thing, right? They live for Friday night, or if they're in basketball, they live for those basketball games, district tournaments. And so the refs are out there, leaving their family behind to come work and do that. And we need to keep that in mind when we're cheering or when we're booing these guys. And make sure if we are getting excited and booing them, they kind of know that's fun. And if you got a bad temper, just stay away.
Well, I will. As far as basketball goes, if you're just one of them fans that you're like, you know what, it don't matter, I'm always going to yell, sit to the very top of the bleachers. That way, if you sit on the bottom bleacher and it's, oh, man.
Oh, look, we got somebody running up in here. Hey, we got this wrestling belt right here. Now, last week when this happened,
milk. Yes.
Last week when this happened, we had to thump somebody's noggin. He's trying to steal your thunder, Jack.
Yeah. No. He brought me milk. Thank you, bud.
The athletic director, Kyle Rhines, is in here.
Yeah.
We got another chip, man. Look, I got 3 chips. Bro, I got another one. I'll pull one out somewhere, or I'll break one in half. I mean, you want to hop in here? I got another microphone.
Yeah, you hop on in here.
I just can't believe it.
Yeah, hop on in here.
Man, I've never had somebody just kind of interrupt. Let's see what we can do here.
See if we can get in there.
Yeah,
now he's got to definitely eat the chip. While you're getting him set up, I'm gonna talk. You care if I talk a little bit about the coaches too?
Absolutely not. Go ahead.
Like on the baseball part of it, where I'm over it, or I really don't. I'm over it. I'm over the umpires, but talking to these coaches on a day in and day out basis from 1st of March to middle of May. I'm telling you, all these high school baseball coaches, Cofield, Wartburg, Sunbright, Oakdale, Oneida, all of them, they're all really good guys. They really are. They'll call and complain a little bit, but for the most part, they are all really good guys, and they're pretty easy to work for.
Is there a place you dread?
Get close up here.
Is there a place you dread going?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You want me to tell you?
I mean, that's up to you.
Well, no, not really. I don't dread, but I will say this. I do want to say this. Back when COVID was going on, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but it's during basketball season, they cut the pay.
They dropped it about $20.
Yeah, they cut it to $80, and we normally I think that year was making $100 or $105. And I will say this about all the Morgan County schools. Every one of them kept our pay the same.
So it's based on the school's discretion on what they're going to pay.
No. This was in the
TSSAA that said, "Hey, we're going to make sure you cut these guys down a little bit of money."
Yeah, because the school. That's when they wasn't allowing fans in, so they cut our pay. But I will say this about all the Morgan County schools: they all kept our pay, full pay, which all the officials will remember that too. So.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool of all the schools to do that.
Yeah, as bad as it would be, I know you guys don't take a dive, but
can
you imagine being the school that decided to cut the ump's pay and the ref's pay? I wouldn't want to
What's the craziest thing that's happened in a basketball game?
Basketball?
Craziest rule that you maybe didn't know and something happened. And
what are you talking about, man? I know all the rules.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
He doesn't call over the back. I know that.
See, he's still calling it over the back, and I'm going to explain this to him tonight. The craziest
situation. Something's happened in dead ball, or give the ball to the wrong team.
Yeah. That's just what I was talking about earlier. You got to stay focused, or that stuff like that can happen.
Well, my question is, because you guys are both athletic guys, right? Not so much on this end. My question is, are you allowed to reverse a call if you make a bad call, and you have, whether it's crowd reaction or a table booth discussion or whatever, can you change the call as a ref? Do you have that authority?
Yes. If your partners, if you go to your partners and you just, if it depends on what it is. Like baseball, oh yeah, absolutely. You got to bang play at first. Kid, it's a bat throw. He tries to catch it and his foot comes off. His foot comes off the bag 2 inches. Well, the field umpire, it's standing out in the field, he calls him out because he thinks, from his view, he's on the bag.
Right.
Well, they asked to appeal it. The home plate umpire sees that kid's foot off the bag that far. Well, yeah, he's off the bag. So, are you sure? 100% sure? Yes. Okay, he's out. In basketball, we overturn stuff, but it's a different way. Like you got the block charge.
Blarge.
Yes.
What's a block charge? When one ref calls a block and the other one calls a charge.
Yes.
How do you decide that?
Blarge.
It's a blarge, and both of them get reported.
Yeah.
Say number 22 is driving down the lane, and number 20 slides over to take a charge, and you got one official that goes charge, and the other one goes block. Well, you're going to have foul number 20 for a block, and you're going to have a foul number 22
No kidding.
for a charge. Yes, but that's what I was talking.
But then no penalties after that. But it counts as a foul for both. But there would be no shot at the line.
No.
There would be
Who
nothing
gets the
like
ball
that.
back? That one. Jump ball. Okay, there you go.
Jump ball. When a blarge happens, folks, second thing we've learned tonight. The third thing is how to sign up to be an ump. We'll go over that again before it's over. But a blarge. So, one, there is no such thing as over the back, even though over the backs happen all the time. I'm going to argue that till the day I die. It's called a push. The official
it's a
call
push.
is a push. But the other thing is a blarge. When a block and a charge is called by officials, then it's a blarge, and both students or athletes get called with a foul, but then it's a jump ball.
Yes.
Okay, good tidbits. I'll keep that in my back hip pocket when I'm there to
You
cheer.
need to. If I see you at a gym and you're screaming over the back, I'm going to throw you out.
I can't believe this.
Just because
Brad
I'm
Jones,
sitting here telling them.
I'm going to appeal it to Brad Jones. He has some authority in that area. He can help me out. Okay, so we are 48 minutes into this bad boy. I think it's time to open up these chips, my friend. We got another victim in here. Kyle Rhines has decided to join us and bring us milk, but he only brought 2 cups of milk, so he don't have milk.
I'm calling dibs on the milk then.
Oh,
I'm
he's
definitely calling dibs on
They
the
dibs
milk.
my milk. I got a Yoo-hoo in there, so make sure you share this. Look, if you got stars, hit that stars button. You may not even know. Jason says, ask about Lynn Lettner. I don't know who Lynn Lettner.
Oh, he's official buddy of mine that officiates. He's I don't really know how many years he's been in it, but I think Lynn is.
What's the oldest official you think in the business?
Oh,
Most senior or age-wise?
Most senior. Let's say most senior.
how many years they've been doing
Yeah.
it? There's one guy that does it in football. He's did it over 40 years.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I've seen guys that whenever I was in high school playing that were still refereeing
Yep.
right now.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
No
crazy.
kidding.
And you know,
Now, what about Tom Fritz? Is he still –
he is retired now, I think.
now, what about Ed Knight?
Yeah,
still
he still does baseball.
all
for me.
college now? Or?
No, he does baseball, high school baseball and basketball.
Okay.
But he does do college baseball.
That's good. Well, folks, I'm going to keep reading these comments. Tell about CB45. I don't know what these things are.
Oh, Chad. Oh, that's that guy does a show. He's actually officiates in Knoxville now in football. I think he's still going to officiate this year. He did last year, but he's got his own show too. It's a pretty good little show.
Oh, is that the CB45? Is
Yeah,
that what it's called?
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
You're wanting
yeah.
us to give a plug. That costs money, Chad. But
Yeah,
we'll do
you
it
guys
for free.
send some money out here.
See, yeah, hit some stars and we'll give you a shout out. CB45. I'll put the link in the comments there for everybody. Shoemaker was a ref for 80 years.
Shoemaker. I remember him, man. You know, he wore glasses. He looked like Joe Paterno.
I'll be
Shoemaker was his name.
And it was legit. He was there for 80 years, or
I
probably
don't
close
think
to
I
it.
know
Jeremy
him,
says.
actually.
Old Joe Pa, that's what he said.
Yeah, he was an older guy, wore glasses. He stared at the lines as he ran down the court.
Well, you know what we always tell the kids and tell other officials when we fall out there is I always say, hey, you got to watch them lines; they'll trip you every time.
Every time.
Hey, with Shoemaker, he watched the lines every time.
Yeah.
Now, Kyle, before we eat these chips here, tell us, because you've been a coach and now you're an AD and assistant coach still, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're still assistant coach.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the craziest situation you've had with a referee on the court.
Oh, this is
In
gonna
just
be
my
good.
few years, I've seen a lot, but I mean, I'll keep my stuff to myself.
Gosh,
Yeah.
folks, look, he
I
wants to be on the show.
I don't want any more backlash.
Well, he
on
is
me.
the AD now,
I
so
don't want the backlash.
They don't want to bring the heat.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Now, real quick, you know, earlier I don't know if you was watching, but when I was talking about them, if we eject a fan,
Mhm.
the school would have to pay for. Brad's saying they turned that down. Have
That's
you
what
heard?
I was reading too. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, well, that's going to be very interesting.
Jack can't have the milk.
Who said that?
Jack can't have the milk. That's a bribe from an AD. Oh,
what?
Oh, how about that?
Who was it?
Live action.
Who said that?
That was your buddy. That was Sheldon. Sheldon said that's a bribe from an AD. LOL.
That's a bribe from AD.
Hey, I think I do it. That might
I'm
be
just trying
my
to take
milk.
care of my guys right here.
Yeah.
You didn't see Cofield come up here giving him no milk. Suckers. Brad Jones, where you at? Okay.
He's probably on the
Jason
route.
says, Jack told us he would eat the chip with nothing to drink. Let's see if he backs it up. No, I got to be
He's so
honest.
full of
What
it.
Jack said he
Quit-
wanted to drink, I
look,
couldn't let him drink on the
That,
show.
that Jason Jones, quit reading his comments. They're going to just
We're
get
cutting you
weighing.
off.
Yeah, he's done.
The ump is throwing you out, Jason.
Yeah, he's done.
Okay, let's see what Jeremy says. Oh, Brad said Shoemaker called your games, Jack, and he was called his too when Brad was playing.
Okay.
Jeremy says, yes, you nailed Kyle Rines. Gave me my first tech just for looking at him and shaking my head.
I don't remember that one. I would say it was probably down in Cofield in one of those tournaments that were put on 20 years ago or so.
And Brad keeps posting that there was no action taken on the fans rule. Discussed was fans that are removed by request of an official will receive a 2, 3, or 4 game suspension. No action taken. So Eric Boland Jack did say he could eat the chip without drinking anything for 10 minutes. I'm telling you, man.
No,
you have
them guys,
done
I'm
something
telling you,
else.
them guys, you
something.
can't believe nothing half them guys say.
Okay, folks, so this is what we're looking at right here. You guys can see it here. It covered up Kyle's face, but we didn't plan for it a minute.
I'll get out of the way.
No, you're good. So, you got to be here for this.
I'll try it.
So we got these one chip challenge. They're a year old, but I've had them waiting on the right guest, and I finally found one with enough hair on his chest. He said he would take this, but I didn't really want to do it, but he's going to do it anyway. And now we got Kyle who volunteered for it.
He just brought milk for me.
I was bringing the milk, guys.
He was bringing the milk.
All right, so we're going to open these things up, and again, I'm going to try not to cut myself. I got this Walmart knife right here that I carry,
Got
just
the
in
milk
case
back.
wrestlers run up in here.
Yeah.
You got
But
the
I'm
belt
telling
back
you,
already?
yeah.
No.
Oh, no?
No, that's not the belt. The
Okay.
belt he stole, he still has, and we'll get that back on August 12th. I guarantee you that. You hear that, AJ Kazana? That's right. We're coming for you, sucker. You and your papa.
You stepping in the ring, are you?
I don't know. You guys will have to show up and see if old Tommy Boy get in there.
I'm going to tell you, when Ryan came through that door, I was like, oh, God.
No,
Oh,
I ain't coming in to bring it.
Okay, so here's what it is, guys, right? There's a chip. There's one chip in this thing. You guys see? So there's one chip in there.
Does it say 2021?
It
Yeah.
does. It says face the Reaper. Any last words? Rules for the challenge. Eat the entire chip. Wait as long as possible before drinking or eating anything. Post your reaction on social media with the one chip challenge. I don't know what you win. Probably nothing since it's over, but we're going to do this anyway. Minimum 5 minutes afterburn is what Doug Jones says. The water's going to activate the heat, boys. Don't use the water. That's
Yeah.
what Fritz said. Don't
Yeah.
use the water. Justin, I'm stuck with the water. These suckers took the milk. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay. I destroyed. We will only get to share this if we actually win. I destroyed the one chip challenge, okay?
Oh, wow.
So now you guys know. And then we're going to open up this other one. And you'll just share one of the chips with me, Kyle. So I'll be nice and share mine with you.
All right.
So I got
Jack-
to eat a whole chip by myself?
Hey, you're the guest, man.
Oh,
we want
my
to treat our
goodness.
friends like we love them, because we do. So now we got the same thing in here. So, all right, you might as well go ahead and open that up, Jack. You can go ahead and open your chip up.
Man.
So it's
I
just
brought
a
you milk,
regular.
man.
It's just a regular black tortilla chip. Let me bust this
Here,
in half
open
for you,
mine up.
Kyle.
I'm already scared of it.
I'm gonna get it on my.
Oh.
Get it in my. You can have that one. I'll have
No,
this
it
one.
don't matter.
They look like
Which
they might
one's
be
smaller?
moldy. Hold on a minute. You gonna go ahead and eat it?
No, I was just smelling it. Smelling it.
Here's-
Woo.
I'm giving this to Kyle. Now look, boys, we're gonna eat this whole thing because I mean,
I've seen a few people do it before, but I've never.
yeah,
I've
it
never
kind of
seen
smells real bad. Okay, folks, I'll send
No.
310 stars if y'all don't drink anything for 10 minutes. We won't
Wait,
drink
how
anything.
many?
You need to get the little nitro gummy bear and play gummy bear roulette. Oh, that'd be fun too. Look, right now, you guys send stars. As long as y'all keep sending stars, we will not take a drink. How about it? If enough of y'all send stars right now, it'll start a stars party. So the next person to send stars, that's when we'll eat these chips. You got to send some stars.
It doesn't smell very good.
I know
No,
it
it
smells
don't
bad,
smell,
and
but
it's a
it
year
smells-
old, so I'm sure it's pretty stale.
Oh,
So-
my God.
Somebody send us some stars here so we can have some fun with these
Grab
one chip
my
challenge.
milk.
Look, don't drink it.
Yeah, we're not
You-
gonna, you got
Get
the
it
water.
ready.
Y'all got to send stars so these guys don't drink their stuff. All I've got is water to activate it here, Justin. Let me see what else I put on here I didn't get to use. We'll give us a little laughter here to get started. I don't think nobody's going to pay us to do it. You know, if you send stars, it's like sending us pennies, right? There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Going down.
All right, we got our stars party going. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Derek. Here we go, boys. Eat up. Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Come on, Jack. Eat that chip, son.
I already don't like it.
It feels like it's going to be hot.
It's burning my lips.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot. So now, before
Y'all keep sending stars. Come on, Derek.
Don't
Send
lick
some
your
more.
lip.
Hot dang, son.
oh, I know, don't lick your lip.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not a fan of this.
What is wrong with you? That ain't even bad.
Oh my gosh. Got a man down already.
I'm hanging in there right now.
You all right?
Oh yeah, it's starting to get hot.
I'm not a fan of hot things. It's hot.
Yeah, it's all get hot. Oh, we can't drink yet.
I'm not going to go with you.
Gosh, that is.
Holy smoke.
I brought it for you to drink. I'm going to drink it.
Yeah, I fear it. Yeah, I've not had mine yet. Oh my goodness. It really messed them up.
Are you all right? I should have brought more.
Yeah. Where's he going? He gone. Oh my God.
You all right, Tommy? Let me cut it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh God.
I think the longer it sat, the worse it got.
Oh my gosh. That is so hot. My eyes might be watering right now.
I don't like it. Jack, it's all you, man. It's bad. I don't like it.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I got a yoo-hoo.
Okay. We still on there?
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
Oh God.
Oh, it's bad. It's real bad, Kathy.
God, it keeps burning. Oh.
Kyle's throwing up. Oh. I got crackers.
Oh, perfect.
Oh. That is unbelievable.
You wanted me to do that before we started? Are you crazy?
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Gosh.
Oh.
Not
Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Sorry. We ain't got no peanut butter, Leonard.
Peanut butter, what's that supposed to do?
I guess it sucks the poison out of it. It's like when you get bit by a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Like on Crocodile. No, what was that? Cactus Jack? Lightning Jack, whatever it's called.
Oh my God.
Oh. Sorry that this is so gross, folks. It's bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep all my throw up or whatever over there, so. You eat my cracker?
Yeah, I got more.
That's actually helping.
I think Kyle fell off.
Yeah, Kyle might be dead. Only thing we need right now is ketchup and mustard like Dumb and Dumber.
Kyle, you okay? I think he has an ulcer.
Huh?
That's terrible.
That's the worst thing ever. Oh, wow, folks. Sorry about that. Oh,
You can't do that. I should have stayed at home.
I didn't know it was going to be that bad. Man, Kyle Ryan's just sweating over here.
I should have stayed at the house.
These crackers really help. Oh, man. Oh, thank you, Lord. Here, these help. One at a time. It sucks the poison out. Well, folks, we did it. Woo!
That was a mistake.
We did it. We destroyed it. That heat ain't nothing on us.
No.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
That ranks up there as probably one of the dumbest things I've ever done.
He said that's the dumbest thing he ever did. He told me to go reread the comments. Let's see what people's been saying while we've been out of it. I still can't feel my lips.
First of all, I ate a whole chip. Y'all split one.
I'm glad of that.
Hey, how's it supposed to get any hotter? It can't get no hotter.
I really should have stayed at home.
Oh, dang, son. You boys are going to pay for that later on the other end. I'll order the gummy bears for you guys. Okay, we'll try that. Next time we'll try to do it with a... If you guys laughed at us, you guys owe us some stars. Make sure you put them in there. I have no clue why we did that, but maybe it'll help you get over the 5,000 view mark.
Golly.
Officials should have better judgment than that. I should not have ate the chip. Oh,
Yeah, I knew not to eat it, but
nice comedy right there. Look, he says, like Jack doesn't know what peanut butter does. Don't spit that out, Jack. This is PG, Jeremy. What the heck? Oh, yeah, we did it. And we survived.
Bad.
Somebody needs to check on Kyle. Saltines help. Peanut butter. Best show yet. Yee! Live action. There's no intelligence in that room. Thanks, Leonard. This is great. Okay, you guys are all sitting there enjoying that for free when y'all could have been giving us some stars. That might have made the heat go away.
It's still getting hot.
I don't know.
Mine's not going away.
I like got blisters in my mouth or something. Anyway, do y'all got any more questions about refereeing while we got the King Master over here? He can barely talk right now, but Travis Swint in the house. What up? Trav?
I just got to keep spitting this water back into the bottle.
Doug, we can handle the gummy bear. If we can handle the chip, we can handle the gummy bear. Y'all buy us the gummy bear, we'll eat the gummy bear. I don't know who will be
Somebody's
the
saying
guest.
there's a gummy bear. It's hotter.
Supposed to be. Doug
There's no
Jones.
way. There's no possible way.
I got blisters in my lip. I got I got some of them Ritz crackers back there, a whole roll of them.
Give me one more of those. There we go. That one hit me hard.
Well,
So bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
oh,
One
pay,
thing. Oh man.
pay for your racing. One thing, what you got? I'm gonna get
Hang
us some
on.
crackers.
Yeah.
You can talk and eat at the same time. I'm gonna eat this baby Ruth right here.
How do you become official, Jack?
Don't eat a cracker.
Don't eat a cracker. You got to find a representative to get a hold of, and then
Yeah. Like I said, you just go to TSSAA.org, but you need to talk to somebody that has been in it so they can guide you through it.
so if I wanted to be a referee, or let's say Tommy wanted to be a referee, they could say, "Hey, you could sponsor me," or say, "Hey, put a good word in for me."
No. As long as you, like I was saying, like if you came to me and said, "Hey, man, I want a referee," I'd show you the website, walk you through how to get on there, and as long as you pass the background checks, you're in.
And where do you start at? Do you start in high school, or do you start in Boys and Girls Club, or do you go elementary, middle school?
Middle school.
They're not just going to toss you right into the wolves.
No. In football and basketball, no. You will start doing middle school JV games, middle school games, high school JV games.
And you might not even get to be an official. Do you go watch for a game or two, or do you can you go watch? And
Well, it just depends what, like in football.
Yeah.
You know, with the shortage now, you know, like there's a lot of guys that will do 7-8 games on Friday nights running the clock.
Yeah.
Now back 20 years ago, I remember guys talk to me all the time about, you know, I was lucky to get 1 or 2 games running the clock my first 2 or 3 years. Well, now where it's shortage and people's just got to, you join up. If you've got talent, you can be on a football field by your second, third year easily now.
So when you say on the side, like running the clock, are you on the sideline doing like the
Yeah, running the clock.
play clock?
Yeah, play clock and game clock. Yep. And I mean, now there's some guys that want to just do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
Same pay?
it's $80, but I mean, you don't have to run.
Oh, yeah, you're just sitting
Yeah,
there.
you're just sitting there, and you're basically sitting there watching the game.
Yeah.
They've got a clock operator. I mean, they've got to pay attention, definitely in a close game at the end. You know, the one thing a lot of people don't realize, and I tell clock operators all the time, is because they're normally the clock operator always stands on the home side, and in football, you know, you got the referee. That's the guy wears the white hat out there, and then you got the umpire behind the defense, and you got the 2 side guys, which is a line judge and linesman. The line judge is always on the home side. I always will tell the clock operator is once we get in like under 2 minutes in the first half or the fourth quarter, I'm like, make sure you pay attention now because now people's watching that clock. We always tell them fast to start, slow to stop. You know.
Now, let's say male and female. Is there a lot of females in the
There's more in basketball, and they are
females, right?
Yes, than football and baseball. But I mean, they will accept females, and honestly, it's actually you take a female, it's 20, and a guy, it's 20, and their goal is to make it to college or pro level officiating. That female will have a better chance.
Why is that? Just because, I mean,
yeah,
it's not much.
Just the lay of the land right now.
Yes, yeah,
2022.
yes.
Understand that. I tell you what, ain't nothing hotter than that chip.
Man, my mouth ain't too bad.
So
now.
them chips, these right here really help. The peanut butter crackers. But let's real quick. We'll run over these. He said we got a July 25th meeting at Clinton Community Center. If anyone wants to come join, can come for the football meetings. Jason saying all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
don't read his
I won't
anymore.
read his. Associations are accepting anyone with a pulse right now. Well, maybe, but we want them to have a little bit of judgment, like if they eat a hot chip and bring it up. Feeding everyone full of baloney. That's what Jeremy said right now. It's good. Thank you, Leonard. Leonard finally come off that and sent some stars. Thank you, Leonard.
Thanks, Leonard.
That right there for you, Leonard. You can hear that. That's for you. Okay, let me get back and read some of these comments because they're talking about this gummy bear a lot. And, you know, if we have more, somebody's going to come on here and read them.
I don't want any part of that.
Kyle said he's out. He's tapped out.
I'm probably out on that, too. Get them wrestlers back in here and see if they can do
Well,
it.
we got a couple wrestling fans said they're going to come in and eat a chip. But I'm telling you right now, Corbin and Frankie, I'm out. Jack's slogan should be, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Hey, you're about to be banned too, he says. Get him out of there. Hey, give us your best, you're out signal. If you're kicking somebody out of a game.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, we as officials don't.
He'll come get me.
Yeah, we'll come get AD or the cops
SRO,
to do it.
And they'll come
we
over
don't.
there and do
We don't post to.
They just
talk.
point.
We just say. We just say.
What about
like,
a coach?
Coach.
Can you throw him out?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've
I've
never threw a coach out ever.
Really?
What about
High
baseball?
school.
Baseball, never have tossed anybody.
Not in high. Not in.
Go get the showers.
Not in high school. Now the travel stuff. Oh yeah, the AAU, the travel stuff all the time, because most time there's a bunch of people out there. It's just daddy ball. That's what they call it.
What, travel ball?
Yeah,
daddy ball. Yeah, because they can. No offense to all you daddy ballers out there watching, but we understand that. That's why the poor Francis kids all sit at the house during travel season. Now they get picked up because they're talent, no, because of daddy's money.
Yeah, but just if anybody out there wants to join up,
Is there a fee for it, like you said earlier?
Yeah, it's $70, $80. If you do 2 sports, I think they give you a little bit of a break, but. You
don't buy. You got to buy your own stuff at first, don't you? Or at all?
Yeah, it takes money to get in, but like far as like baseball and football and basketball, that you'll make your money back easily. That's no problem.
That first weekend, you may have already made your money back if you buy your stuff right.
Yeah, if you get in the right.
Yeah, what about the gear? So, like, if you're an ump behind the plate, you're wearing all that chest gear and everything. I mean, you buy that on your own.
Yeah, and it's normally unless you can find. People that's quit or guys that's retired, it's normally, $300 or $400 to get all that stuff. Now, football and basketball is a lot cheaper to get into but like this year, we're going to new shirts this year in football and basketball. So we've got to buy that stuff. I've actually got to buy mine.
What's the new shirts, those?
No. This is just a camp shirt. I just some with TWS.
So if the guys are, let's say they want to do baseball.
Yep.
Do they have to do all spots on the field, or can they say, I'm only wanting to do first base, that's it?
Yeah, I've actually had some guys that say, I don't want to go behind the plate. That's the biggest fear in baseball is because you'll get hit. And I've told guys, you can do that, but I'll let people do that, but they won't get guaranteed many games doing it that way because it's hard. It'd be like you two working – in my association, and you're doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday behind the plate, and he does Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and Thursday, and he's out in the field, and you're going, why is he always out in the field?
Oh, yeah.
So
because then the fans start questioning it and all that other stuff, too,
right?
No,
not really
You're
that.
talking about the officials.
Yeah,
you just want to change the pace. You don't want to sit there in the field or behind the plate the entire time.
I mean,
okay, so it said Greg Porter saying here's a perk for you
guys
that might want to sign up. Greg Porter says first-year officials are getting some or all of their association fees reduced to purchase gear.
Yes.
So they offset the cost there.
Yes.
That's good.
He's one that's been around for a while.
Oh, yeah. Greg's a great official. Really good guy, too. Really good guy.
Man,
I'll give you a lesson. Don't touch your eye.
Did you touch your eye?
I'm pretty sure my face is red.
It's
burning right
now.
now. I'm battling through this.
Come on, man. You should have knew that.
I think it was a paper towel.
I touched those, and I have not used this hand for anything yet except eating these crackers, but it's cooling down.
Yeah,
I think we've handled it pretty manly.
Yeah.
What do you guys think that are watching? Did we handle that well, like you thought we would handle that?
I did not.
Daniel Sheldon says fees are the same for multiple sports, but only have to pay for one background check. Huh.
I just get on there every year and just sign up for all 3 of them, and whatever it tells me to pay, just pay. I don't really pay much attention to that part.
That's a good question. So you have to repay every year and sign up again every year? It's not like sign a 5-year, you're in?
No, it's every year.
Do you get the option to go where
you want to go? There you go. Thank you, Matt. There you go.
Thanks,
there you
Matt.
go.
I would have
right
done
there.
that if my mouth wasn't burning off.
Yeah.
So, I can't really type because then I'll get it on my keyboard.
His best friend, Ric Flair. What is that? That's Jones. Don't read that. Never mind.
You done read it.
Yeah, never mind.
No, he says you got to do the Ric Flair impersonation.
Oh, no. No, I can't do that.
He wants to know what's the Schofield units on this. Let me look up the Schofield units on here.
Jack, when you're do you get a chance to say I don't want to go here, I don't want to go there? Do you get options to?
Yes. What we all use, what all the associations use, is this app called Arbiter, and on Arbiter you can. Some associations do it different. Ours, I think, in football we can block 2 schools. In basketball, I think it's 3 schools. I never block a school because it don't really matter to me where I go and referee at sometimes. So sometimes, some of the guys don't want to do schools
where
they graduated from. Some, and some guys don't want to, like with me, like I was saying earlier, I know so many people from different communities now. It don't really matter to me if I'm at Wartburg, if I'm at Cofield, I'm from Arbor Springs, Oakdale. I can be at Oak Ridge, Clinton, Anderson County, I'm going to know people. That's just the way it is. They will tell you, like, say if you got in, definitely with you being a teacher and where you're doing now, no, do not do a Wartburg game. But like last year I did a Wartburg basketball game, and it went okay.
So how long does it take you to build up from, let's say, middle school to high school, depending on your quality of?
Yeah, it just depends. Like in basketball, you've got to go to a camp at the end of May.
This year was at Webb, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's always at Webb, and that helps you move up. In football, it's just you just got to keep working until they feel like, okay, he's ready to go. Like, I'll tell the story on myself, and it involves Leonard, since Leonard's been coming. So it was I did 2 years in football, high school football, and this was back 10 years ago when I started, and we had 90, 100 people. And I told, and everybody's saying, it normally takes 3 to 5 years to get 5 years to have a full schedule on Friday nights for referee football. So my goal was kind of at least the 5 years. Well, after my second year, my first year I had 7 running the clock, and then my second year I got on the field the first week and the very last week of the season, which I was real happy about because back then, that was, oh my, what is wrong with y'all?
What?
He is sweating. What is wrong?
I'm not burning no more.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He's helping me out.
But we didn't stick it in our eyeballs.
But anyway, so but my third year, the first week of the season, I was on the field, and then the second week I was scheduled for a clock, and I was kind of like, man, I thought I was going to get all on the field this year. Well, in football, what we do is you supposed to contact your referee, your white hat, to let them know, hey, you're going to be there this Friday, whatever time, wherever you're going, or if you're riding together, whatever it is. Well, I get a call Thursday morning, and it's from my supervisor, Ken Buchanan, and he goes, hey, check arbiter. I was like, okay. So I get on there, and I check it, and it had a new game where I got removed, and I'm like, oh. So I click on there, and it's old night in Greenback. And I was like, wow. And then I see, oh, my God, I'm on the field. And this is my third year, and I'm like, oh, my God. So I accept the game, and it was Leonard Scarborough was the white hat. Greg Porter was the linesman. I was the line judge, and the umpire was, I think his name was Bill Eby. He's passed away. And the back judge, who was, can't remember the back judge, but he was, all these guys has been to the state, and I'm just like, oh, my God, this is going to be awesome. Well, we get there, we start pregame, what I was talking about earlier, and Leonard's like looking at me like you're looking at me, like just talking to me, and all these other guys are just standing there, and I'm just like, oh, man, I hope I don't mess this up tonight. Well, I do the game, and I felt like I had a pretty good game, and back then we were doing groups in our football association. Like you would start, you'd be a beginner official, and then it'd be group D, C, B, A, A1. Well, that year I think I was like B or C, something like that. Well, after that game, my supervisor called me that Monday, and he goes, hey, we're going to move you up to Group A. That way I can put you in high school games more. I was like, oh, cool. And that kind of just kick-started my career as refereeing.
Oh, nice.
And I've been lucky enough to do the state.
Well, did they give any particular reasons why you were kind of getting that streamlined promotion, sort of? They probably did. I can't really remember, but I mean, it's just, and it's happened to a bunch of guys like that. And well, now with the shortage we have, and with, now when you begin, you're a beginner official, and then you go from that to just a varsity official. So, but we got guys that it's in the associations 2-3 years in, it's already got full schedules just because we don't, have enough people to cover everything.
But
what about getting paid? Like you get paid.
It's all the same.
I mean, like, so you get paid like
the day of,
or go direct deposit, things like that.
That's like Morgan County schools will pay you right then. Auburn Springs,
Like cash,
Roan
or
County.
is it a check?
It's a check usually.
Check. Yeah, as most time it's check.
I know in some places they say it's you get direct deposited. It goes straight to your bank
Yeah,
account.
that's what they call arbiter pay,
Mhm.
and just now they'll eventually go to that, I think, for all the schools. But right now, it's all the schools around here, Roan County. It's a check.
And you get the check usually as soon as you walk into the building.
Yes, yeah, that's
Oh,
and
wow,
that's what we like now. But there's a lot of schools like Knoxville schools.
They don't pay you till the game's over.
Yeah, no, they won't. They mail it,
Really?
and sometimes you got to wait 2 or 3 weeks, which always ain't great.
Because what I've been around is we just usually just
Yeah,
hand them,
yeah, that's what
they
I'm
walk
saying.
into the
Yeah.
game. Here you go, Jack Price. Make sure this is right. Sign
Yeah.
it, and then they get paid.
Well, that's probably preferred for several reasons. One is you don't have to wait after the game to get your money.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you get in and
get
go
out.
on.
Get out. Yep. But there's a lot of schools that will mail them, which I hate because the way I look at it is
Probably already forgot where that check came from.
well
really?
that, but like we were talking earlier, we bust our butts to get there,
Yeah.
and we're good. We're there to do a job. Pay us to do that job. Don't make us wait 3 weeks. To
Yeah.
Yeah,
get
and
paid
you're
for it.
doing high school game starts at 7:30 typically, right? And the
Yeah.
games are lasting how long, Kyle? Probably 3
I mean,
hours.
We're there sometimes till
2.5.
10, maybe 9:30, 10.
Yeah,
or
9:30, 10.
So typical game would end about 9:30ish, right?
Yeah.
So you're there probably 3.5, 4 hours, and that doesn't include your drive time, getting there and getting
Well,
home.
they
So
I, think,
that's a full day's work.
I don't know if you guys mentioned that earlier, Jack. Is that you guys? I think pay is being bumped up too for traveling officials. If it's over 20 or 30 miles,
Yes,
they're bumping you up $20. If you're over
Yeah, they're-
60 miles, it's another maybe $30. I'm not
Oh,
sure
wow.
on the pay.
Yeah,
on that.
I don't think it's that much, but they are bumping
Mhm.
it up. Yeah, I forgot about that. But now I always say I don't count the travel time because nobody counts your travel time when you go to work.
That's true.
So if you get a high school football game at 6:00 and you leave there at 10, you're there for what, 4 hours?
4 hours.
So that's the way I kind of look at it, and basketball, high school basketball games, if you've never paid attention to it, start paying attention to this. If you start at 6:30, 90% of the time you're going to get done at 9:30. It's normally 3 hours.
And that's including the girls and the boys game.
Yes.
So when you get called up to do high school basketball games, do you do the girls and the boys? I mean,
Yes.
is that how that works?
Yes.
But
During
you
the
get
regular
paid
season.
for both games.
Both games, yes.
And with high school now, you're 3 officials each night, right?
Yes. Now that could change.
Really?
If the numbers now, out of the bunch of the guys that I've talked to that's been talking about this, if they're talking about going back to 2 guys, well, they don't need to do that because then they won't be nobody because a bunch of them said there's no way I'll ref.
And the
It's 2.
pay would probably want to go up too, right? If you're doing 2.
That's the only way they'd be able to keep people then.
Yeah. I mean, it would just be harder to do the game.
But, oh yeah, way harder. So
Well, anybody out there got any last things you want to talk about here? They're mentioning, they keep talking about these chips. The chip is 1.7 million Scovilles. That's how they measure heat. That's a lot. But apparently the gummy bear is 9 or 8 million.
I'm out.
So
I'm
I just
out.
don't understand how it can get any hotter. Once it reaches
That's
that
pretty
peak,
hot.
Hey, I'll tell you who you need to get. You need to get Wayne Frazier up here. He destroys these packy chips. He eats them for like
Whoa.
breakfast.
Who?
Wayne Frazier.
Principal Frazier?
Principal Frazier.
There's no way.
That's what I said. I've seen
No
him
way
eat.
he can do this.
He eats them, and there's nothing there.
And we got a challenge. I think he can do the gummy bear. Jason's last comment, we'll read this.
Oh,
All
God.
kidding aside, he's a fine pillar in the community. So that's
Thanks,
good.
bud.
You've been hard on him tonight, Jason.
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle, you got anything you want to say to finish up
I
here?
shouldn't have came up here.
He regrets that decision. Jack, what about you?
I appreciate you letting me come on. This is a good thing you got going here. Hopefully it gets big for you. Hopefully this show will help it.
Yeah, for the community. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
I mean,
show
that's
is
what
big time.
that's what our county needs, stuff like this.
It's all about the kids, man.
Yep.
And we can make this place better. So just like you, what year did you graduate?
04.
04, you graduated in 99, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated in 01. We grew up here. We came back here. If we left for a little while to go to school, we came back here to raise our families because it's the greatest place on earth to do so. And although we may travel for work and we may find ourselves temporarily outside these corridors, man, no better place to be and raise a family than Morgan County and in the surrounding areas. I mean, it's just incredible. And appreciate y'all being on tonight. You guys appreciate the audience out there hanging in there with us. Greg Addington says you do a great job. Appreciate y'all. So I'll let you know, Frankie, when y'all are coming on. We're going to have Frank and Corbin. We'll have like a wrestling talk show or something. Them guys are great.
Be fun.
Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate everybody watching tonight. And if you need anything, you know where to find us. You may live in Wartburg, but you're Cofield at heart. I don't know who you're talking about, Logan. Is he talking about you, Jack? Do you live in Wartburg?
Yeah, I live in Wartburg.
Well, hot dang, I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No,
yeah.
You could have worn a hat.
Oh, no.
We could have had him wearing a Wartburg hat, Logan.
Not with what we was talking about tonight.
Oh, okay. You don't want to show favoritism. But
Yeah.
just always, yeah. Anyway, okay. All right, everybody. Have a great night.